Welcome to the Pulse Field Expert channel. Let me open a new PowerPoint presentation. Here we have the title slide. Our topic for the day is PowerPoint, the smart way. Now I will add a new slide. With the usual content template with a heading and bullet points, today we want to explore PowerPoint presentations without the usual bullet point way. Because probably we realize the bullet points, though effective, may not always look cool. Today we will learn to use a new transition for PowerPoint. This is the Morph transition effect. I will remove the slide with the bullet points, then insert a new empty slide. Insert a text box and paste the exact text that I had in the bullet point slide. I will now convert this text to smart art by clicking on this button on the latest version of PowerPoint. Remember, this button is available in Microsoft Office 365 only. Here we have many options or templates for smart art. We will select what works for us best. This one will work for me. You may want to select another, but that's just fine. We resize this to make them look bigger. In this smart art, we have a placeholder for a graphic. I will select this round tick mark in green, but our placeholder is rectangular. We should either have a rectangular graphic or a round placeholder. I will change the placeholder. Let me select a round placeholder for the graphic. Here it is. Let me now use the same round green tick mark for the graphic. Yeah, this is much better. I will use the same tick mark for all three statements. This looks cool. We are done here, but now we have the tick mark in green but the statement graphics in blue. Our previous knowledge of the aesthetics of PowerPoint tells us not to do that. If you have not yet seen that video, you can watch that by clicking on the I button, or you will find the link in the description box. Let us make the text graphics color green too. We can do that by using the change color button. This color is right. I am also changing this graphic shape to this one. This makes the graphics look slightly better. Let's reshape the text holder graphics and make the graphics fit the text in one line. Cool. Now I will open the selection pane and then ungroup all the objects in this smart art graphics. I need to ungroup one more time to bring all the objects to the root level. For your smart art graphics, you will need to ungroup until all the objects in your graphics are at the top or root level. I will now rename all the objects so that I can correlate to them more easily. This is not a necessary step. You may simply skip this step. But for me, this step helps me identify objects in the selection pane more easily. Next, I will duplicate this slide 3 times. Then, I will delete the cover slide. Next, I will zoom out so that area outside the stage becomes visible. I will select all objects except the top tick and drag them to the area outside the PowerPoint stage like this. Let's bring this tick mark to the center of the PowerPoint stage. Then create a text box and write the title of the slideshow, PowerPoint the Smart Way. Let's decorate the text according to our taste. Resize the same. Now let us move to the second slide. Select and move out the last 2 statements of the smart art to the outside stage as we did in the last slide. Our first 2 slides are ready. We will now add a transition between them. Under the transition menu, the very first transition is the Morph transition. We will select that for our second slide. Remember, if you select any transition for the second slide, that transition will show between the first and second slide. To show the transition between second and third slide, you need a transition set for the third slide. This is the rule for transition. Now let's view the output. We have our first slide as we start, but when we click the mouse button, the tick moves, and our first text graphics slide from outside of the stage to join our tick mark. This is total animation with very little effort. Wonderful. Did you find the animation a little slow? We can adjust the timing of the animation here. Presently, the time for transition is set to 2 seconds. We can reduce that to half a second. Now it looks too fast. Let's settle for 1 second. This is much better. Let's now move to the third slide. Here I will move the third element to the outside stage. The fourth slide has all 3 elements on the stage. We are now set to add transitions between all slides. We will use Morph as the transition for all slides. Let's view what we just did. Here is the cover slide. PowerPoint the smart way that morphs into PowerPoint without bullets. Understand Morph joins the show. Next joins Advanced Morph Concepts. Great! We never understood the slide changes. It was like the same slide gradually building up with animation. This is the magic of Morph in PowerPoint. Next, we will learn the Advanced Morph Concepts. Let me add a new empty slide. Now insert a stock image of all medical professionals. Let's place the image in a manner the characters stay at the central stage. That looks good. Now insert a shape object. We will go with the oval object. That's a blue-colored oval. We will increase the transparency and make it look through so that it creates a highlight. Change the color to red. Change the outline to red and make it thicker. Now I will open the selection pane. Here I will rename the highlight object to a marker. I will add 2 exclamation marks before the name. This is required for the advanced morph to work. Now let's duplicate the side twice. We have 3 of the same slides now. I will move the highlight from the leftmost person to the next person on the next slide, and move again to the next person on the slide next. Now if we add the morph transition between these slides, we will get a nice moving marker from one person to another. But this is the standard morph that we have learned before. Let's go back to the first slide among these photo slides. We will edit the shape and convert the oval shape to a rounded rectangular shape. On the next slide, we will make the oval more elongated. In the next slide, let's change the highlight shape from an oval to a trapezoid. Oops, the shapes are now going out of the stage. Let's quickly adjust these to remain within the stage. I will now add a text box in the first photo slide. Write the name of the first person. Open the selection pane and rename the text object as name with 2 exclamation marks at the beginning. I will copy this object and paste the same into the next slide. Here the name of the object remains the same as the last slide. That is a double exclamation mark and then name. I will now edit and rotate the name and place it beside the face of the person. In the third slide, I will paste the same name object that we copied from the first photo slide. Edit the name and change its color. I will now go back to the transition menu and under the effect option, select the characters option. This will enable the advanced morphing and all characters will morph into the newer name. Let's now run the presentation. As I click the next button for the next slide, the rounded rectangular shape morphs into an elliptical shape. On the next, click the elliptical shape morphs into the trapezoid shape. This is just awesome. Let's go backward by clicking the back button. Notice that the shapes and characters are morphing into each other. This is the best possible transition, actually. Most other animated transitions in PowerPoint often make the whole thing look a little childish or at times a little too comical. With Morph, you are sure to look professional and at the same time make your point with style. Check out our other PowerPoint tutorials on this channel. We have previously released a PowerPoint tutorial on using AI in your PowerPoint presentation. In this tutorial, we discussed how one can use ChatGPT to create the content of a PowerPoint from scratch. Click the I button to check that out. I will leave the link for the video in the description box too. Subscribe to the PulseFE channel for more such videos and click the bell icon for instant notification.